And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you remove a tyre. Hawk to it and spit on that thing. Now I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but the finish on these wheels is absolutely incredible. Now before my San Marino blue Volkswagen Transporter goes back on the road, it is going to have to pass an MOT. However, there's a few things that you won't pass an MOT with, and ball tyres is certainly one of them. Now what I could do is I could buy some tyres to, you know, put on these wheels and then it would pass an MOT no problem. However, these wheels, with the way the rest of the van's looking right now, aren't really going to cut the mustard, are they? So that's why I went out and I bought these. The ones on the van just now are 16 inch and, you know, they've got a big sidewall for the tyre, and it's, you know, it's because it's for a working, you know, plumber's van like it used to be. These, however, look the part. 20 inches, fill the arches nicely. I've already tried them on the van. I actually went and bought these about a year ago. You've probably seen them in the background of the video sitting in the back of the van. But I've bought these, they look quite smart and they're going to fit the van really well. However, I don't want to keep them black. I want to paint them silver. I think silver will really help the exterior of the van pop off. That means I'm going to have to paint them, which means I'm going to need to rub them down, which means I'm going to need to take the tyres off. So here we go. We'll get these wheels turned around, painted silver, and we'll get some new fresh rubber to go on them. Because as you may have noticed, 3 of them have tyres, this one doesn't. However, there's probably only 1 good tyre on there, and the other 2 are absolutely shredded. They are knockoffs, they aren't genuine Volkswagen, I know that, but I paid the money for knockoffs, I didn't pay the money for genuine ones, so that's fine. So first things first, let's get the tyres off. Yeah, look, blew my hair off there. Those tyre beads are well on there. Spoiler alert, these are not going to be fun to remove. And there's 3 of them. Literally, as soon as I pop it off one place and then move around, it just pops it back on. Knows how I'm going to do this. Right, in case you couldn't guess already, I don't actually fit tyres for a living, and I really do my own tyres. So, I don't really know what I'm doing. Watch some YouTube videos and they say lube it up. Tyre soaps over there's went off, so I'm going to have to use WD-40. Which isn't really a lubricant either, it's a water displacer. So it's just popping that bead back on, man. See, no matter what I do, as soon as I pop one bit off, it pops another bit back on. How am I going to get this off? Many hours of shouting, swearing and stress-induced hair loss later. Right, I'm sick of asking nicely. That stinks. Many hours of cutting with the world's shittest air saw later. Right, we're getting somewhere, that's one side off. Just need to free the other side and then that's us. Oh, right, I'll not be long. Right, spawn. Right, ta-da. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you remove a tyre. We'll never be defeated on this channel, apart from most weekends. Right, so if you're in the market for a part 1 255 35 20, then I've got a part 1 triangle here, not many miles on it, should be good enough for you. Now if you're 9 years old and want to get into the motor trade, then you know, why don't you go out to your dad's car and take his tyre off for him? I'm sure he'll really appreciate it. As my old tradesman used to say, if you're not rough, you're guff. Sit rep a few weeks later. The tyres have been removed by somebody with a lot more patience than I have, evidently. And I've made an executive decision. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send these wheels away to be refurbed, because I think by the time I got halfway through the first one, I'd be regretting my decision and probably wish I'd just sent them away. I found a company that we use through work called Bespoke in Carlisle, and they do a really good job. I've seen some of their work before through work, and they're going to charge me £260 to do all 4, paint them silver. I think they acid dip them and sandblast them and stuff as well, so they'll be absolutely mint. So that is the plan. I've ordered some tyres off eBay, they're on their way. I'm going to send the tyres down with them so they can chuck them on the wheels before they come back up the road as well, and I'll get them fitted to the van. I know you're not going to be seeing me doing it, but would you really want to sit and watch me rub 4 wheels? Quite a monotonous job. So yeah, sending them away and getting them done. Save me a lot of time. It'd probably take more than 3 weekends to get them fully rubbed down, painted, finished, and tyres on and stuff, so it saves me a lot of time. More chance of getting use out of this van in the summer as well. A few weeks later, bit of a side quest from the wheels now. It's currently Sunday, and this weekend I've just been working on the van constantly. Friday night I stayed back to try and get it ready for the MOT. Saturday I came in and ran out of time effectively to get just working away, trying to get ready for the MOT. I've been polishing everything. Andy came in and gave me a hand yesterday, done basically the whole other side. I've been working on this side, but it's not something I've ever done before, so I'm a bit slower than him. I've got the door and the wing left to polish here, and then the tailgate. So it's Sunday and I'm in my work and I can't be bothered. Sundays are for sitting in front of the telly and watching a Grand Prix, as far as I'm concerned, which is Silverstone this weekend. I was there last year, but I'm not there this year. And I was actually meant to take this thing last year, but obviously it wasn't ready. And here's me absolutely buzzing if I can get the exterior finished today, even though it'll been a year late for when the whole thing was meant to be finished. But here we are, that's how life is. So plan of action for today is I'm going to finish polishing this, finish the tailgate. I've got some trims I need to put on the inside for the seat belts and stuff for the MOT, and I'm going to put the wheels on because the wheels are back. I'm not going to show you them just now. They are back and they look absolutely mint. They look incredible. I'm really, really happy with them. So yeah, I'm going to crack on and polish this and we'll see what happens. In case you're wondering exactly what I'm doing here, you see the wee flattening marks there. You get about a 2000 paper. What you do is a little bit of dirt like there. I don't know if you'll be able to see that in the camera. A little bit of dirt like that. And you just take your 2000, hawk to it and spit on that thing. Thanks John for the sound effects. And then just sand it down till it's flat and you can't see the ring around it anymore. So you've got a flattening mark like so. And you take your polisher, a bit of green top polish, put a bit of green top polish on the bits that you flattened off. By the way, I'm no expert in this, this is literally what I learned yesterday from Andy. Take the polisher, you're going to put it on and just pass it over the flattening mark. Count to 20 in your head, 20 passes on each flattening mark, and then you're just going to give it a generic kind of once over the whole lot so it doesn't end up really shiny in certain parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then finish. Give it a once over. Take the leg fibre. There we are. Flattening mark's gone, dirt's gone. Another happy customer. Another happy customer who's in here on a Sunday polishing his van. So I'm not going to bore you with watching me hit flattening marks all day, so I'm just going to crack on with this, get it done, and then I'll get the inside trims in. And the main part of this video, we'll get the wheels on. Fast forward, everything's now polished up. It's looking good, it's looking really shiny. There's a sneak peek there. I'm going to do a grand reveal shortly, don't worry. I've put in all the necessary trims that I need to get it through the MOT, hopefully. I've got the dashboard back together. I've got these trims in for like the seat belts and things. So next is the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's go and have a look at these wheels. And here they are. Yes, they've been sent away, they've been sent to Bespoke in Carlisle. They've acid dipped them or sandblasted them, one of the two, I'm not actually entirely sure. And they've painted them this lovely silver colour. Now I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but the finish on these wheels is absolutely incredible. So I'm looking forward to getting them fired on. I've also wrapped them in brand new tyres, only the best. They've got the, what are they? The Accelera PHIs, which I think they're using them on the Formula 1 cars just now actually. So let's not waste any time, let's get these on. Brake discs looking a bit crusty, but they'll clean up on the way to the MOT station. Get the spigot ring installed. Right, very careful, Mark. Very, very careful. I don't think I've ever put a wheel on as carefully in my life. Look at that. That just finishes it off nicely, doesn't it? 20 inches definitely be filling the arches a bit better. Right, let's get the R3 on. Wheels are now installed, and it's nice to see that my colleagues, Gav and John, have kindly vandalised my new tyre by colouring in my PHI, just to kind of symbolise and stand out just how cheap and nasty these tyres are. Because obviously that's a Goodyear, that would be fine, but no. They're Accelera PHIs, and they're visible to the public now. Right. Let's get the wheels torqued up, and if it's not pissing down like it normally is in summer in Scotland, then we'll take it outside and get a good look and some natural light. Put the handbrake on. I forgot to mention, obviously these wheels have just been completely refurbed inside and outside, so once I've maybe driven it to MOT test centre and come back, I will check the torque of these wheels just to make sure. It is slightly spitting with rain, but I'm still going to take it outside to get a good look at it. Let's go. Now please do excuse the fact that it is slightly spitting, but how good does it look? Nicely polished up, nice and fresh, nice and shiny. Look at it, the wheels just finishing off nicely. I can't go over how good a job has been done on them wheels, honestly. Hats off to Bespoke in Carlisle, they've done an absolutely incredible job with those. They just really set the whole van off. Fantastic. Obviously massive thank you to Andy as well for painting this and getting the finish that we have. It's incredible. Never mind the pointless vandalism of my tyres. But yeah, the exterior of the van is finished. Apart from one minute detail you might have noticed. Centre caps. I do have some centre caps on the way, and you can probably guess where they're coming from. China! But honestly, absolutely over the moon with this thing and how it's turned out. Finish, the windows, the black, the blue, that colour as well, BMW San Marino blue, just looks fantastic on a T5, looks brilliant. I never ever for 1 minute thought that when I bought this van about 2.5 years ago, and it was just a bog standard pre-facelift T5, that it would ever look as good as this. Front end on it, the LED lights, the headlamps, every mortal piece just looks so cool. Absolutely over the moon with it. And it's more or less ready for the MOT. All I need to do is I need to set those headlamp beams, and I've got a new battery coming on Monday because that battery's obviously knackered and I keep wanting to jump start it. But once those things have been rectified, it's going for MOT on Tuesday. That's what the mad rush has been this weekend, to try and get this thing finished. So it's going for MOT on Tuesday because I'm away for 2 weeks afterwards, and then I can get it on the road, start using it again, and I can start to properly kit out the back and turn it into a camper van. And don't worry, I'll be recording it and taking you along for the journey, and you'll see it all. But as I've said, I'm absolutely over the moon. I've said that 100 times with this thing. It just looks absolutely incredible. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time, which will hopefully be the video on the MOT. So keep your fingers crossed it passes. One thing I will say about it is very bumpy around here, and these new wheels, I can't remember what it was like before obviously because it's been a while, but I'm definitely feeling a lot more of the bumps. Worth it for how they look though, isn't it? So yes, thank you very much for watching. If you've liked this video, hit the like button. If you want to leave a comment, drop a comment down below, and subscribe to see what happens next with the van. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.